Hi guys, welcome back.
Hi,
Here with
welcome, welcome,
another
welcome.
here with another Prism View segment. I am your co-host Trin,
And I'm Kasha. Welcome, y'all.
and today we will be Prism viewing into 17. 17.
I'm super excited to talk about the boys from the Carrot Land.
Are you sure? I only say that because I know that this is new territory for you
Yeah,
for sure.
yeah. Oh my gosh.
It's new territory for me as well, but this is really new for you.
Yeah.
Because had you done any digging into 17 prior to this segment?
No, I didn't. I knew some of the kids, but I didn't know the kids. I had never been interested enough to step over the gates. Not even
Period.
look over the gates. I just like when they walk out, like, oh, I know you. What's up? But that's it.
And you know them in theory.
In theory, that's it.
I love that. Okay, getting into it. Prism View examines a group, artist, or core idea in K-pop through multiple lenses: music, color, culture, performance, fandom, and legacy, tracking their journey from debut DNA to present day. Just like light through a prism, one subject becomes many truths. This is not a ranking. This is not a reaction. This is context, care, and cultural literacy. Thank you guys for joining us again.
Thank you guys.
So we
Get
open.
ready, y'all. Get ready, cause oh,
Yeah,
before
this
we
gonna be
start,
real loose. This gonna be real
it's gonna
loose.
be real crazy, y'all. Just be mindful and give us grace. So,
No,
all
for
right.
real, give us grace. Because I'm already stressing the human palate as it is. I'm already stressing the human palate. You know what? And let
Y'all.
me say this. For us to have started that, and us to that to be one of the more popular parts of our segment, especially for
Hmm.
part one, that stresses me out the most. It's almost
Yeah.
like, why did I do that to myself?
I'm looking at the person who created this and was like, girl, have you lost your mind? And I am she. She is girl.
Exactly, and that is you.
Like, you guys don't understand because every time we get into a group, especially groups that we aren't already standing, and
Right.
we're making these assumptions about their personalities and stuff. For me, because I can't speak for Trent, I only can speak for myself. I'm always like, am I doing them justice? Am I taking away from who they are at their core? How are their fans going to react to how I see them? And even though we spend a lot of time with them, it still sometimes doesn't feel like enough. And I've never felt this more than in this moment, right?
No, I mean I have to agree. I feel that way about groups I do stand. Like, do I know them well enough to be able to categorize them so definitely? Because
Yeah.
even though like this is for play, this is for fun, I think about it from like the viewer standpoint of somebody who's actually like a real stan. And of course, everybody is going to feel differently concerning colors and things like that because it is a perspective thing. So, how you
Hmm.
as a person view that person based off of a lot of your own feelings, a lot of your own
Hmm.
experiences, and different things like that, and how that person makes you feel. So, that's always going to be subjective. But there
Hmm.
is a bit of a, okay, yeah, that makes sense. Okay, yeah, that's
Yeah.
true. And I get to the place where I'm like, what if somebody say, girl, what the, what did you say? Because
Who
I know that
who
happens
are
with
you
us.
even watching? Do you even know this
Are you even watching? Because that
man?
happens with us. There will be times where
Yeah.
like you'll give a color and I'll be like, are you serious? And then there are times where I give a color and you're like, yeah, tell me
I
more
didn't see
about
that.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I don't know. So I also do struggle a lot with, am I doing this person justice or am I taking something away from them or anything like that? But I will just say that that is a true testament to the culture, care, that and context part of what we do and how
Hmm.
seriously we do take the work we do, the information we're providing, what we're telling people. So that to me is a pat on the back for us for caring so much. But I do ask for leniency with the carrots in 17? Because there is
Please.
13 of them. This is the biggest group we've done so far.
Yeah,
This is the
definitely.
biggest group we've done. Matter of fact, this might be the biggest group we do because I know over the next couple months we don't have any other groups with this number. So
No.
like, and thinking of colors for all of them, even though it's a million different colors on the spectrum, baby, at some point these colors start overlapping. It's like, baby, I got two blues, three greens, and eight yellows. What's up? What's up?
You're canary, you're sunshine.
Correct. So why them? We ask this question with every single group that we do. Why them? What is it about this group that has made them stand the test of time? What has made them stand out in K-pop? Why have they been such a moving force in K-pop and the K-pop industry, as we have seen it mold with fourth gen, fifth gen, moving into sixth gen eventually, because 17 is a third gen group. As young as they seem, they
Yeah.
are third gen group. They debuted in 2015. Um, so, and this doesn't have to be research. This is strictly just opinion. We do this all the time. Why 17?
For me, 17 just doesn't perform. They construct performances from their
Mm,
choreography to their production. It feels like a system
mm.
and it works for them. The last week and a half, I've just been like, bro, what? This is what I've been missing out. Watching them build, it's so beautiful. And to know a lot of this shit is homemade in the kitchen, whipping it by
Yeah,
themselves.
yeah.
Whipping
A
it
lot of
by
it's
themselves.
homemade.
Like, listen, I know this calls for powdered sugar. We only got white granular sugar. What we gonna do? Make it work. And it's working for them. So that's why 17 for me. What about you?
Oh my God. Why 17 for me? Well, first and foremost, it's 13 of them. This is a big group. And I know a lot of times with big groups, that can be intimidating coming into a fandom.
Overwhelming.
So from a fandom standpoint, it could be overwhelming and intimidating. Learning everything about members and things like that. The reason I added that in because I normally don't talk about the fandoms when I talk about why them. I can only imagine how intimidating and overwhelming that was for them.
Hmm.
13 different bodies, 13 different personalities, 13 different character traits, 13 different creative minds, 13 different directions. And being able to cultivate that and craft that into the one of the smoothest running machines I've ever seen. That is 17, working and living cohesively together, being able to craft such a well performing group, a
Yeah.
dynamically performing group, and still being able to maintain your individuality, and your personalities don't contrast each other, they complement each other.
Hmm.
I mean, this is this is cake batter to me. I love that you brought up sugar. This is cake batter. All these separate ingredients that go together for one purpose and it bakes so perfectly. They are a well-baked cake, to be
Yeah,
honest.
definitely.
Uh,
Definitely.
and speaking to their legacy, just very fast, because we'll get to that portion in part three, being able to maintain all 13 members from
Whew.
start to now, being able to maintain all 13 members from debut to now, most
It's
groups not
crazy
doing that.
work. They
Most
can't get
groups not
along when
doing
it's
that.
just four of them.
Correct. Correct.
So,
And not only have they maintained all 13 members, they've maintained all 13 members under the same company. Everybody's still at the same house they grew up in.
so somebody had to say, you know what? It's bigger than me. It's about
Yeah.
the team, and we're gonna
Yeah.
stick together
And that's a
until we
huge
decide to
testament
hang
to
it up.
17.
Yeah.
Correct. That's a huge testament to 17. It's bigger than the program. And at this point, baby, they part of the program.
Hmm.
They part of the program. So yeah, that's why it's them for me. They're a well-baked cake for sure. And a testament to being able to really blend seamlessly together. I'm sure that they're not perfect. I'm sure they've had their moments, but they blend seamlessly together. And it's a beautiful thing to watch and witness. Um,
Definitely.
so I will ask this question: where did this group first catch your attention? How did you
Now,
get into 17? Or at
now
least, or not
usually
get into them, but your
introduce.
introduction. Mm.
Usually I would say it was fan fiction, but the girls did
Hmm.
not introduce me to the boys of 17. I was actually like I do most days. I was watching like a YouTube playlist, and somehow some way the algorithm said, "Here you go," cuz I was watching BTS dance practices. And the dance practice for Don't Cry came on. And I said, because usually I'm like cleaning my house, I'll glance when because I know their dance practices and stuff when I want to see a certain part. And I said, what the hell is this? I've never heard this song. And I'm watching them. It's the part where they're on the floor doing the intricate hand movement. I was okay. I might circle back around to you guys. And truth be told, I did not, but I started anytime I've seen that video or dance practice or performance, I always stopped. So yeah, that dance practice really had me like, oh, okay, y'all are talented. And they were so in sync because to have 13 boys, I can barely be in sync with you sometimes. I'd be like, but to have 13 people that in sync is crazy. What
Hmm.
about you? How were you introduced to the boys of 17?
So it's funny. 17 is an is it's, it's so funny that their motto say the name 17. Their name is
Hmm.
everywhere. So I don't even think there was like a proper first introduction to 17. When I got into K-pop, 17 was just there. You knew the
Hmm.
name, you heard the name, say the name. So they were already kind of everywhere when I got into K-pop, but I just didn't look into
Hmm.
them because I saw a bunch of dudes and I was like, yeah, I'm just getting in, and I just had to learn 14 names, Stray Kids and Got7. I'm cool right now. That's enough. I went to the Stray Kids concert. I'll say this was my defining moment with 17. I went to the Stray Kids concert. It was the first K-pop concert, first major concert I had ever went to. I ended up sharing an Uber with some girls on the way back from the concert. We're talking about Stray Kids. Yeah, story for another time. That we're talking about Stray Kids, and one of the girls goes, "Have you ever heard of 17?" And I was like, "I've heard of them." And she was like, "Well, you definitely should get into them." And I was like, "Ain't it like 17 of them? Ain't it like 23?" And I was just adding all these extra numbers. And she's like, no, no, it's not. It's only 13. She was like, but they're a fantastic group. You need to get into them. And I was like, nah, I think I'm good. I came home. I told that story, very beginning of my TikTok journey. And then I remember one night I was like, you know what? Let's play a game. I'm gonna line up all these names and I'm gonna find a group photo. And I found the oldest group photo I could find, unfortunately. I
Hmm.
didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know what they looked like, so I didn't really
Hmm.
know. And I just matched up the names according to their faces on who it was, and then I went and looked it up and see if I got it right. So that was my first introduction to the group. As far as like
Hmm.
their music, um, I don't know where I was or what I was doing, but I'll never. Oh, I was on TikTok scrolling, and I heard this song come up, and I was like, "Hold up, hold up, who is this?" It had to be one of the most beautifully romantic songs I'd ever heard in my entire life. At that time, is what I
What song
thought.
was
So
it?
I clicked on it on the circle on TikTok because you know you can click on it when a song is
Hmm.
referenced, and it was same dream, same mind, same night. I'm probably butchering the order of the words, but
I
that
know what song
song
you're talking about.
from 17. And I was like, you know what? They may have been on to something because I fell in love with that song from jump. And then eventually, um, I got into Hoshi and Woozy's comeback because of their song Echo. And then
Hmm.
eventually, when the Happy Birthday album came out, I got into the song Bad Influence, which is like one of my favorite songs. And then I kind of just grew from there. But it honestly started off with just somebody telling me, "Oh, you should get into them," and then I said no, and then I was like, maybe I'll see if I could match the names to the faces and then see
Mm.
how many I could get right. I only got like three right off rip. So that's my little soft intro to them. Um, so I guess it's now time to play our game. Are you
Oh,
ready?
Jesus.
Are you ready? We
I'm
are
gonna
going to
start by saying, usually we really, you know what? I'm gonna speak for both of us this time.
please.
Usually we do this based off of personality, energy, all of the things. But again, it's 13. And that, I don't think with the amount of time we spent in Carrot Land, we would have done them justice by basing it slowly off of their interactions because there's thousands of hours of content. And we
Mhm.
probably only watched like maybe 3 weeks worth of content. Because I know we both were,
116.
yeah, like, so again,
But you know
grace,
what? This
please.
will be fun. We're gonna have fun.
Okay.
And whoever don't like it, don't say nothing. And if you do, you'll be deleted. Um, the human palette, one of our favorite segments, one of our followers' favorite segments. I really do have a lot of fun when doing this because, and to your point, we normally do this off of personality and characteristics,
Hmm.
but that is a span over a lot of things because at the end of the day, they are entertainers. So that
Hmm.
is personal characteristics and personality, stage performance, personality characteristics, tone of voice, tone of
Interviews.
rap, energy, interviews, personality, characteristics. So again, it's also based on personal perspective, so it can range. So I will give
Hmm.
us that grace. I know we're
Please.
nervous, but I'll give us that grace.
Please.
So our favorite time has come. If you could assign a color to a member, what color would you give that member? And maybe a light why? A light why?
Okay.
Do you want to start per unit, like you have an outline? Because you have us per unit.
Well, we're gonna be respectful. We're gonna start with the leader of the crew, and then we can go
All
into
right.
the unit.
Okay. All right. So first we've got the leader as Scoops. As Scoops.
Cool.
What
Ah,
color did you get Scoops?
burnt burgundy.
Ooh,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Debonair. Classic.
Very much so. Very much so. I really wanted to put him in the red color family
Mm,
because of his protectiveness, the way that I've seen a lot of his members speak about how this man carries a load, and sometimes he's so in his head because he's thinking about how every little thing can affect the group.
mm,
So I always say this, baby. I love me a good leader, and it's not what they say; it's what the people around them say that
correct.
makes me say, you know what? Hats off to you. But because also Burgundy is not aggressive either.
It's not a
So
harsh one. Yeah.
his presence feels grounding. So Burgundy
Mm,
works. It has authority. It's warm at the same time. It's not trying to dominate the palette. It just anchors it. It's just there,
mm.
like
I
holding
love
the other
that. That's
colors
beautiful.
together.
Yeah.
So that's what I gave him.
I love
What
that.
about you?
Good job. Oh,
Thank
baby,
you.
I went a whole different direction. I gave him gold. And mind you,
Oh,
he's the
okay.
first he's the first person I've given gold to. That is new to my palette. He's the first
Oh,
person to
Jesus.
get gold from me. Uh,
Okay, what's why gold? Why gold?
please. I gave him gold because gold symbolizes success, achievement, and triumph, and it's associated with high ideals, understanding, and superiority. Um,
Mm.
very much to what you said, being able to carry the load and keep together 12 other individuals to the point where they keep coming back and they spend so much quality time together and they've crafted such a brotherhood. That doesn't start just within, that starts from the top and it trickles on down. And it is a
Mm-hmm.
testament to S. Coop's leadership for sure. So that to me is an achievement. That to me is a triumph. He should be very proud of the work he has done as a leader in keeping his groups together and also keeping himself sane through it all. Because I know that there were probably some times he probably wanted to rip his hair out. Um, Also, let me say this. As far as fashion goes, this
Hmm.
is a very fashion forward group. So they are a group filled with fashion icons. Scoops for me, S Coops is has all the makings of a fashion icon for me. I remember my first introduction to S Coops was the Met Gala, I want to say of 2025, last year's Met
Yes,
Gala.
he looks so
That
good.
he looked so good. What the theme was dandyism, and
Hmm.
they did a modern spin on Hanbok. For him, hey, yo, let me tell you something. I done been introduced to a whole lot of K-pop idols. That is one of my favorite introductions to a K-pop idol for sure.
He looks
He
really
looked
good.
exquisite. He was the one of the best dressed for me
Hmm.
because being able to take something so traditionally and culturally significant and give it a modern classic spin while holding true to the essence of what it is. I knew what it was when I saw it, but the
Hmm.
elevation of it and how seamlessly classic he looked in it, exquisite, tasteful, gold to me. So that was one of the heavy reasons why he got that. I was like, I remember you from the Met Gala. That look is cemented in my mind for the rest of the time. One of my favorite looks from any Met Gala, mind you. Anyone.
I'm trying to see who dressed Boss. They did a very good job on that suit.
So good.
Yes.
Literally one of my favorite looks of a Met Gala of all time. So
Yes.
that's what I gave as Scoops. He gets gold, and he's the first of his kind. So good job, Scoops. Next we have Wanwu. What color did you give Wanwu?
Charcoal gray. There is something very
Mm,
controlled about this young man and his energy on that freaking stage. He does not waste anything. Not
mm,
movement, not tone. His delivery feels like he's observing and then
mm,
instead of just reacting.
mm,
Um Also, it's kind of like a neutral surface too, gray. So it absorbs everything, like I said. And then based on that, that's what he outputs to the world. I really loved watching him perform. And then listening to him perform too was just a very like, I like your voice. And it's
mm,
again, he does not do a lot. Um, it's just very controlled and steady.
mm. I love that. For me, I gave Wawu brown. So like chocolate brown.
Mm.
I've only ever given that color to one other person.
Hmm.
My sweet dear Hanji Song, the Stray Kids. Uh, but for me, brown represents home, earth, resilience. And can mean different things according to the perspective. With Wanu, because I don't know enough about him at
Hmm.
all, even just watching the performances, like personality wise, because when I got into 17 and started looking into the group and the members, he was already gone. Him and
Hmm.
Chonghyun. And I could be butchering the performance of or the pronunciation of their names, but forgive me. But just seeing the way he reacts in interviews and things, and then seeing the way he acts in a casual setting with his members are very different. Very much what you said, he's very controlled, which can
Hmm.
come off to some as dull and boring, but can also look very cozy and serene. Like he's very comfortable when he's with his members. There are some, he looks very like he's in his place. He's where he should be. But then also when he's with them, he can be very fun, very loud. He can get in where he fit in, but that's the two sides of that brown because brown can
Hmm.
also represent rootedness and fertile. There's growth with Wong. When I'm looking at the
Hmm.
credits of their music, he's very credited on their music, especially within the hip hop unit. He's very active in those units, which I also think is so funny because when I was listening to the Happy Birthday album and his song 99.9%, again, just going off of first reaction, I was not expecting it to sound so jazzy, upbeat, and fun. I was not
Hmm.
expecting that at all. But his voice sounded so beautiful on it. And it to me it was like you almost don't match what you sound like. Like I didn't expect this to be my first introduction to you by yourself musically. Um,
Right.
but it's cool. So there is a very balanced two-sided coin to him. But it can be either. He could either be cozy and serene, desirable and rich like that chocolate brown, or he
Mhm.
can be kind of melancholy, kind of just there. Very much
Yeah.
like you said, absorbing, observant, taking everything in, but he always looks present no matter what.
Right.
It's not an RBF. He's present.
Mhm.
He's just not
Yeah.
saying nothing right now. And then when he is saying something, he matching the energy of the room for sure.
Yeah.
Um,
Definitely.
so that's why I gave him brown, more like a chocolate brown. Next we've got your guy Mingyu. What color did you give Mingyu?
Polished onyx. Now, visually, this. Did you spit your coffee?
I did not. I swallowed. You
Oh,
said polished onyx. I don't even know what onyx looks like. What is that?
it's black. It's a stone. It's a
See,
gemstone.
you be coming with colors and other stuff, and I'm okay. I'm looking at it now. Okay,
I love
you know what
stones.
this looked like? This looked like the. It looked like the color of the little Mancala
Yeah.
things when you're playing Mancala. Okay,
Mhm.
man, I gotta find something relatable. I said like I said what? Yeah, yeah. I'm sorry.
um,
Go ahead.
besides the fact that this is one of the finest things that God has ever blew breath into, to me,
He is.
to me, he is
He
so
is.
handsome. He is
Yeah.
so handsome. But his actual tone brings so
Yeah.
much depth to the youth.
Mm.
And then it contrasts his freaking look. I'd be like, that's not what he sound like. Because again, I knew what he looked like before I ever knew his voice. So
Mm.
I'm watching the little color lyric videos and I'm like, that's not right. That's not him. Hey, that okay. It Onyx also works for him because it's bold, it's clean, and it's reflective without
Mm.
losing its strength. Like
Yeah.
it can take up space, but it's also very much controlled. And
Mm.
it just wraps it up for me. And it's so pretty. Like you can get an onyx stone, and every time you look at it, it can kind of be different. And
Mm.
you realize the beauty of it every each time you discover something new.
I love that. Okay. Come on. Come on, Wing.
Come
Um,
on, Wing.
for me, I gave Mingyu red. He's my red.
Ooh, okay.
Um, passionate, fiery, takes up a room. You know him. He steps
Mhm.
into a room and it is all gas, no brakes. He is one of my favorite performers out of this entire group. And it's been so cool to get into 17 right as his subunit with Scoops was happening because getting to watch him individually, he is electric on the stage. He is sexy. He's captivating. I love to see him perform.
Baby, take
Oh,
my breath
and
away. Oh my gosh.
he's so flirty with it, and he know he fine. Because I've watched some individual lives of him since he's been like promoting the subunit and stuff like that. And there's certain times where I'd be like, me, you, the girls,
Please.
the theys, them, the him, they are watching, my dear. You need to calm down.
Actually, turn it up. You know I love me a minute.
He is a menace too. I'm sorry. He knows it too. As cute as he is a menace for sure. For sure. But yeah, he's my red. He is fire. He is burning. He's passionate.
You know
But
what?
fire can be very controlled as well. It doesn't have to always be a blaze. It depends on how you're lighting the fire. It could be a forest fire or it could be a candle in the house. So that's Mingy for me is my sweet, sweet baby.
Oh my
Vernon.
God. Vernon.
I
He,
love Vernon down bad, bro. And Vernon was my last bias that I added to my lineup. Because I have three biases in 17.
mhm.
He was the last one I added. And I
I'm
added him
su-
for just the dumbest reason.
I'm surprised you don't have more because it's 13 of them, so you could literally have
Correct.
more.
I am also a control force. Y'all won't get me. But I do have two records. This is one of
Okay.
the very few groups that I will announce I have a record because I don't believe in records. You either a bias or
Hmm.
you not.
You
So
in or
this
you
group, I
out?
actually have some records.
Okay.
But
So
yeah, Vernon was the last I added to my lineup. But what color did you give Vernon?
Vernon Electric Teal. He is very much. He was a unexpected force in this
Mm,
group. He is actually one of the ones that I was able to get his personality by watching a lot of their content. And it is
correct. Yes,
because
you get
he's
a lot of Vernon's personality from their content for sure.
and I'm just like, I like you, young man. He's very modern and he's a little
Mm.
left of center. And I'm like, he be like, you I didn't expect you to say that. I didn't expect like why are you looking at him like that? Why are you looking like you want to say, no, that's not what that meant? Like when I was watching it was a BuzzFeed thing. I think it was the tweets,
Mm.
like reading the thirsty tweets.
Oh, the thirst
And
tweets,
they
yes.
were when he was like correcting their English and he was looking at them like, I know we went over this word 25 times. I've told you how to say this. And you keep messing it up. Stop playing with me. If you whisper in my ear one more time, how do you pronounce this? You can't speak no more. But his tone and delivery in his rap, um, it doesn't sit exactly where you would think it would sit in traditional rap. It makes him stand out. It is a
For
very
sure.
much detached, cool energy, but
Yeah.
not cold. It, I wanted to give him green because I just like his personality. And I was like, but he's so cool to me, so I wanted to do blue. I said, teal. Like, I just like him. And then his, baby, I love me a motherfucking Mozart. Like a musical genius, gonna do it for me every
Hmm.
time. And to watch him talk about like their production and how he feels about production and how he approaches his music. And Vernon, what's up? What about you? What's your color?
I love I love that we had a lot of the same sentiment toward Vernon. So for Vernon, I gave him neon orange. So right off bat,
Ooh.
you gave him electric, I gave him neon. He's bright
Mm-hmm.
as hell to us.
Mm-hmm.
I also originally wanted to give him green because he's a green
Okay.
flag to me. He's one of my major green flags in K-pop for sure.
Facts.
Um, I added him to my bias line simply because I love the fact that when they're doing their concerts, he takes the time to read the signs. Like he's one of the very few that I've
Oh.
seen that takes the time to read the signs that are addressed to him. And sometimes he will actually interact and answer them. But I will not lie. I stayed up for 3 hours one night, literally just watching different videos of him interacting with fans by reading their signs at concerts. And I'm thinking, I don't know nobody that I could say do that. And even though that's something so small, a lot of these girls make signs. But a lot of these and I hate to say just girls, excuse me for that. A lot of fans make signs. Some of them a little unhinged, but some of them they actually put thought into. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And so the fact that he will actually take the time to read them and then he'll decide what to comment on, but he takes
Mm-hmm.
the time to read them, that kind of small care and consideration could go unnoticed. It didn't go unnoticed to me. And so he immediately got into my line for that because I was like,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, that did something for my heart.
And baby,
Neon
I know
orange
he
for
be
me.
tired too.
Girl, especially some of them signs. Hell. But
Cause when
neon
I'm
orange
tired,
is
my
also a new
eyes don't
color for
work.
me.
Yeah, it is. I'm very proud of you stepping outside the box.
Thank you. I am. And for Vernon.
Mm-hmm.
Neon orange represents extreme energy, enthusiasm, confidence, and playfulness. It's often also used to symbolize either urgency, safety, or danger. For
Mm.
me, for me, Vernon is so playful and so enthusiastic. I was watching so many videos of him interacting with the other members. He's a goofball.
Very
And
much
not like
so.
a turned down goofball. He's not a level 5 goofball. He's a level 20. He is down for
Jesus.
a good time. I love his laugh. There's a gif of him laughing. And in my Discord, I used to use this gif all the time because it's the cutest little gif I've ever seen. But the way he's laughing, he's so giddy. I didn't realize that was Vernon of 17 until I started watching those compilations. I had been using that GIF for like 5 months and had no clue who that was.
Oh
So when I added him
wow.
to my line and I went back to use that GIF, I was like, hold the hell on. You
I
are
know you.
familiar. Not I have been emotionally attached to this GIF and it was Vernon the whole time because I like the way his laugh is. Oh my God. Like, love him so bad. But also the urgency safety. There's a very multifaceted that is in Vernon. He is
Mm-hmm.
cool as hell, but he's
Very
also
much.
very goofy. One of my favorite scenes out of a music video is the Bad Influence music video and the scene
Mm-hmm.
where him and Dino are in the car and he's hanging out in the car. Baby, when I tell you that cemented Vernon for me, he looked so fine and cool as hell when he was hanging out in that car. I said, Vernon!
Bad behavior. Bad times.
Bad, bad influence.
Mm.
What's up? But then he's also super
Exactly.
cute and fun and
Very
playful and
much.
cheerful and adds such a good energy to the room. He's good energy down bad, but it's not just regular orange. It's neon. It takes up space.
Mm-hmm.
It lights up like it's bright. It's flashing. Pay attention. So
Flashy.
that's what I
Flashy.
gave Vernon. Neon
Okay.
orange. And that is our rap unit. So moving on into our vocal unit, we're gonna
Mm-hmm.
start with one of the greatest musical minds, and I can say that confidently. One of the greatest musical minds,
Who's it?
Woozy.
Woo!
Woozy,
Look,
aka Lil
uh,
Sugar.
Lil Sugar. Listen to
What
me
color
when
did you
I
give him?
say deep indigo. There is something so quiet and focused and almost nocturnal about his
Mm.
presence. And if you didn't get from this description, he is. Um, and he reminds me of Big Sugar so much, not just in
Mm.
looks and personality.
Personality wise as well, yeah, I see that.
He doesn't have to be the loudest in the room, and he still shapes that atmosphere, which is very hard to do. When I look at his vocals, they're so beautiful.
Hmm.
Like I wasn't
Beautiful.
expecting those vocals to come from him. Um, because a lot of Army was comparing Woozy to Sugar. I thought he was
Mm.
going to be a rapper. So I'm like, oh, okay, like let's see if you can rap like your daddy. And I was like, oh, he's a vocalist?
Hmm.
He's a also I can go on and on. But it's just Indigo feels right because it's thoughtful, it's creative, and the weight it carries. And you when you see like a deep indigo blue, you pay attention. Even if
You
it's
do.
not the
There's
loudest in the room, it's
there's
gonna
depth
call
to it.
it's gonna call you. You're gonna be like, oh, what is that? Little dark thing sitting in the corner. But yeah, indigo blue for Woozy.
I love that. A Woozy for me gets green.
Ooh.
He does he and earth green if I'm being specific.
Mm-hmm.
Um, for me, green represents practical, analytical, and balance. Often the type to put others first. Value of knowledge, competence, and efficiency. But I want to talk about the earth portion of green because that's why I gave that to him. As far as being
Mm-hmm.
analytical, practical, a brilliant mind, I said that before, one of the greatest music minds in K-pop. We're very fortunate to have Woozy in K-pop. Period. Um, there's life that springs from Woozy and his
Mm.
music and his mind and his patience and his time and his care. that's why I gave him Earth Green, because there's so much beautiful life that springs from Earth. And the when I think about the beauty of Earth, I always think about the green things, the things that are just here, but they often can go overlooked. But when you're actually looking at the Earth, you notice the nature of it. Nature is one of the most beautiful things we have on this Earth. That is what I represent. That's what I reference when I think of Woozy. Something so beautiful that could go unnoticed, but it's one of the most fundamental, important parts of what makes this Earth beautiful. That is Woozy in 17. He
I
could
love
go
that you
unnoticed
said
because he's so
I love
bright.
that you say that too, because we always talk about here at K-pop in color about trending things and world building.
Mm.
And the way he
He's a
produces
world
worlds.
builder.
Oh,
Yeah, he's a world builder. Case in point, again, I my first real introduction into 17's music
hmm
was Same Dream, Same Mind, Same Night. That is what cemented me into 17 and made
hmm
me even want to go look at other things. Written by Uzi. He was
hmm
my introduction into this world. And again, I made a video saying this once before. Like, I'm a very romantic person. I am a
hmm
lover girl. I am rom-com written. I'm rom-com written. Um, and I have two songs that have always been the best love songs of all time. Two songs.
hmm
That is I Believe in You and Me by Whitney Houston and Westlife's I'll Be Loving You Forever. I thought those were, as I progressed through life, the most beautiful romantic songs I'd ever heard until I heard Same Dream, Same Mind, Same Night by 17. That has made it to the Mount Everest of most romantically beautiful songs I've ever heard in my entire life. And I thank Woozy for that every day, because I thought I knew what romance sounded like until I heard that song. And I was like, bruh, like, I ain't never heard something so romantic in my entire life. And it's all in Korean. God. So that's what I gave Woozy. That's my ode, my love letter to Woozy. Um, Next we have Jonghan. What color did you give Jonghan?
Soft Pearl, pretty calm but not simple.
I love
There
that.
is such a gentle elegance to him
Mm.
that, but, and this is my favorite part, mischievous. I can see it
Mm-hmm.
underneath. Because again, Pearl is very much delicate at first glance, but it's layers to it. When it
Mm.
comes to his vocals, it brings such a softness to the vocal line, but
Mm.
not in a boring way. It's like, I'm sweet, but don't underestimate me, because while you're thinking I'm not singing you underground, I'm literally calling you like a siren, and you're not even paying attention.
I love that you said that because he does give off very siren vibes. For me, I gave him lavender. So that
Okay.
same soft version of purple, but the devotion, calmness, and purity that is in lavender is what I get when I look at Chonghan. But because I look at lavender from two perspectives, the color and then also the plant, because that's two
hmm
different shades of the same thing. Um, Lavender's a member of the mint family. So it's not as harsh as mint, but it's as important as mint is. And I feel like with his presence in 17, it may not be as loud, as aggressive, but it's just as important and it serves just as much of a purpose. And especially within their vocal unit, yes, he does.
hmm
I can't wait for him to bring his little tail back from the military. Um, but yeah, and he's
So
just
beautiful.
beautiful. He's beautiful. I mean, I saw him for the first time and I was like, wait a sec,
Who's that?
who is that? Yeah, he is beautiful. But his talent is also as beautiful.
As
His
beautiful, very
vocals are
much.
very flittering,
hmm
whimsical, and very siren-y. I'm like, yeah, you could put me under a spell. I'd be fine with that.
I would walk into the
Next we get,
ocean and I can't swim. I say that a lot.
mm-mm,
I would drown. But okay.
okay.
Next. Who's the next?
Next we get into my second bias. Joshua, Joshua, what color did you give the incomparable 17 of Joshua?
17 of Joshua. Wow. Champagne gold. It's smooth. It's warm. It's polished.
Ooh,
It's easy to listen to. He was another one of the ones that I could get a lot of his personality by watching the content that
100%.
I was
Yes.
able to consume. He is so graceful without trying.
Mm.
Again, the Thirst Tweets episode had me in stitches because baby was. If he had on pearls, they would have been clutch. 'Cause he was
Let me tell you, that's one of my favorite Thirst Tweets episodes, the one with him, DK, and Dino. Because, baby, let me tell you something. He did a fantastic job translating. Because I know he was probably thinking, I know damn well you don't want me to translate that. I gotta
baby.
translate that.
He had that phone. He looking at the tweet. He looks to the side. He looks over to the publicist.
Correct.
Like, and then the producer. It was approved. He was like,
Yeah, it was approved. You can say it. And he looking like, I know I can say it. I don't know if I want to say it.
nasty, nasty.
Yeah.
But
And
again,
wait a second. To that point, he liked some of that. Because
exactly,
when it got to him and they said instead of Joshua hung, yo,
baby, the
he was
smile
feeling
that he
his Cheerios
smiled,
after that. He
the
was
smile
feeling
that he
Cheerios.
smiled. And when
Correct.
my favorite one is where I think it was DK. He read the tweet about every time he takes off his shirt and then
Yeah.
the carrot put the stairs that with the water and he was like,
Yeah.
I don't understand why is there water everywhere. He was like, because it's wet. And he's looking at him, he translates it into Korean. He was like, my
Oh,
God, no.
I hate
But again,
thirsty.
he kept
I
it real
hate
classy
thirsty.
though. It was
He
very
did. He kept it
much.
so classy.
It was very much giving soft.
Yes.
It was so cute though.
He
Champagne gold.
I love that. Um for me, I gave Joshua Silver. Again,
Oh.
elegant, refined, classy, old money, intuitive, honest.
Hmm.
Those are the characteristics I get from Joshua and Joshua's personality. I learned a lot about the 17 history from Joshua because Joshua was very vocal and very honest about how they started. He was like, "Yo, we was getting clothes from our seniors. We had to get our outfits from our seniors. They giving us they bags of clothes. We picking through trying to figure out what gonna be our next performance fit. We barely had food. We eating off the same ramen noodle bowl, but we loved each other and it was cool. But we did fight a couple times because why did you steal my toy? But it's cool or whatever. Like he's very honest about their start. And I learned a lot of my history about it from them, but he always talks about it in such a fond way. He's
Hmm.
very fond. And I remember there was an interview that was done. He was over here in the States. It had to have been last year. And the way he talked about how much he appreciates carrots internationally and in South Korea. And it still gets him sometimes like how known and loved that they are. And that's why they
Hmm.
work so hard for their carrots. And so when I think he was in the States. He was doing something because Baby is a fashion icon. One of my favorite, favorite K-pop idols in fashion. Jesus Christ. His Paris fashion look from, I want to say last year, 2025, or maybe it was 2026, somewhere in the cusp of that. Maybe it was 2025. But he had on the white suit with the black jacket. Oh my God. I get chills thinking about that look. But they were asking him a question, not at that specific event, maybe, but at some point, at some event. And he was like, I miss my members. He was like, this is the longest that I've been away from them. And I just wish they were here with me. I miss my members a lot. And
This
just,
look is nasty. Oh my
isn't
God,
it
it's
nasty?
so good.
That
That shit is
solidified him as my bias.
tailored to the inch of
That
life.
solidified him. Because I love a fashion icon, mind you. A lot
It was
of
good.
the K-pop idols that I love are doing their biggest ones in fashion. You've got to wake up early at dawn. and go down after dusk. Mind you, just don't even take a nap to come the way Joshua comes when it comes to fashion.
Good. Oh my
He's
God.
made for fashion. He is. Oh my God. A revolutionary, in my opinion. But very refined, very honest, very polished, very pristine, very elegant. That's what I
Hmm.
get from Joshua. Even in that BuzzFeed Thirst Suite, he was very refined because baby, I would have been
He
dying.
kept
I don't know
it
if I would have been able to
so
keep my composure
classy.
as
I
well. He kept it
mm-mm.
classy, even as it was nasty. He kept it classy for sure. Yeah. Next, DK. What color did you give DK?
Sunflower yellow. This man feels like joy with lungs. I love his personality. Again, I can get his personality from what I've watched. But his
Yeah.
voice is so big, bright, emotionally open, the
Mm-hmm.
quality that can lift a song. When
Mm.
I say, which we're going to talk about later, I was so happy when they started getting emotionally vulnerable in their songs because
Mm.
it was made for him.
Mm.
Like, it brings so much light. He has such a nice voice. It's crazy. And it feels so sincere.
Mm-hmm.
But go ahead, your turn.
It's so funny. I also gave him yellow, bright yellow. So for the second time, we've given somebody the exact same color. I love this for us. He is sunshine. His voice is sunshine. Let me tell you something. Watching him and Boo sing Die with a Smile,
It's Boo
one of the
Cheeks.
greatest, yes, that is Cheeks.
Okay, okay, okay.
Watching, because they have the unit DNS.
Okay.
Um, Watching them sing Die with a Smile is one of my favorite cover performances because the way let me just say this, DK is one of the greatest voices in fourth gen. Or not fourth gen, I'm sorry. He's one of the greatest voices in third gen. I don't want to hear no debates about it. DK is one of the greatest voices in third gen because the ray of light that exudes from his voice, whether he is belting or he is soft, his runs are perfect. It feels like butter.
Please.
His voice is butter. It spreads so easy over a song. It adds such bright light to it. I don't know. I didn't know you could sound like that. And that's one of the greatest things about music and real vocal talent. You think you've heard it all until you hear somebody else. I thought I knew what you could sound like on the song and what some of the greatest voices sound like. Oh, just you are right. Like his lungs are made of light. Oh my God, his vocal cords exude just the brightest sunshiny yellow. It is joy. There's so much joy in his vocals. It's gorgeous. And also his smile. He has such a radiant smile. It's such a radiant personality. Like he is another one of the ones that you get so much of his personality from interviews, interactions, and it's because he's so full of energy and joy and just bright, fun light. So
I
that's
feel
also
like
why I gave DK yellow.
if he was fluent in English and I didn't have to read the translations, I would be in stitches constantly.
He seems funny as hell.
I
He
would be in
do.
stitches.
And speaking of cheeks, Boo
She
Saquon, he is next. What color did you give him?
Coral pink, expressive, warm, bold, full of feeling. He has one of those voices that just do not sing lines. His voice
Hmm.
lives inside the lines. It tells a story. Again,
Mm.
I don't speak Korean, even though I like to play that. I do, and I was like, oh my god, I feel all of that. I'm
Mm.
sorry. You say you love me. I love you too, Sarange. Like it just fits. It has a brightness and emotional depth. I love a good vocalist. I love a good vocalist,
I do
especially
too.
one who brings his emotion with his talent. Because everybody can sing, but singing, it's
Same
the
game.
emotion. It's a little extra sparkle, a little sprinkle on top. and it makes you pay attention. So coral pink. What about you? If you say you gave him pink
Enough.
too, I'm
I
going
did.
to.
I did. I gave him pink. And I normally give my biases
Yeah.
pink, but he got pink for me, and that he was a no-brainer when it came to being pink. Uh, compassionate,
Hmm.
passionate, warm, feeling, nurturing, and making others feel accepted. That to me is Sunquan for sure. He's got such um sassy energy, but there's so much compassion in it. Watching him talk about his friends, watching him talk about his family, and when I see him like interviewing people because he's got his show Bibbidi Boppity Boo,
Hmm.
there is a playful warmth there that is filled with fun sassiness, but there's also a level of compassion. He's paying attention to you and paying attention to what you need, paying attention to how he questions and does things for the comfort of the other person. Um, and not to get too emotional, but Moonbin, rest in peace, was one of his really dear friends. And the way he talks about him from such a deeply emotional but caring way
Hmm.
is heartbreaking, but also so warm and you're invited into his feelings. He's very much someone that will invite you in to feel what he's feeling. And there's also a level of appreciation even in his sorrow and even in the depth
Hmm.
of his emotions. Even when he's with his members, because he is one of the members that will cry at the just start crying. And I feel that because I'll start crying at the drop of a hat. Even if it's happy tears or sad tears, I'm crying.
Like
But
Tran,
it's
please.
beautiful to see his emotional expressiveness. Um, because some people only cry when it's like overly emotional. Maybe
Yeah.
sometimes Boo just feel like crying. And he's beautiful. And his
He is
voice,
gorgeous.
another one of the great singers of third gen. Fight me on it. Fight me on it. Another one of the great singers of third gen. There is such glittery. I would describe his voice as a glittery cloud nine. Glittery
A
cloud nine.
glittery
Glittery Cloud
cloud.
Nine, because it takes you to such high heights emotionally, but it's beautiful. It feels
Hmm.
glittery. I don't know how to describe a glitter feeling, but it's shimmery, it's shiny, it's pretty. It gives goosebumps too. It's goosebumpy. But it definitely takes me to Cloud Nine when I hear his voice. One of my favorite vocal pairings is him and DK across the board. I don't care what group you're talking about. DK and Boot are one of my favorite vocal pairings because they complement each other so well, but they are very good at keeping the individuality of their voices. Uh, yeah, I love me some Boots on Quan down real bad. He's beautiful, vocally, personally, all around. He's beautiful. Um, so yeah, he got pink for me, and pink is one of my favorite colors. So I'm glad I got to share that with him. And last but not least, our last unit, which is our performance unit slash dance unit. We're gonna start with my numero uno bias out this group, Hoshi.
Neon
What color
orange.
did you give Hoshi? Oh, he
Neon
got
orange.
neon orange for you.
Yes, there is
I
nothing
love that.
subtle about the way this man moves, the way he leads performances. It feels like pure attention turned into freaking motion. I
Mm.
cannot stop watching this man dance. Like, I seen the pink hair, pink sweater video. I can't even remember the name of the.
Baby Hoshi or baby Hoshi? Baby Honey?
Yes, baby honey, when we did it.
Baby Honey.
And I was mesmerized by his dancing and the way he was just like moving through the little flea market, mischief flea market. And I'm like, this boy wants to dance. Let him dance.
Well
Let the good
then.
times roll. But it's just energy in real time. Orange fits him because again, performances are bold and alive. The neon part is because it feels electric. It's almost like he glows
Hmm.
when he's on stage. So yeah, the stage needs him.
He
He is such
he
a beautiful
definitely does
performer.
glow when he's on stage. Hoshi was hard for me because, like I said, he is my number one bias in 17. And at first, it was I went between him, Vernon, and Woozy with
Mhm.
the colors a lot. One, because Hoshi's characteristics and personality remind me a lot of Vernon and why I clung to Vernon the way I did
Mhm.
as a bias. But he reminds me or goes in a lot with Woozy as well. And it's funny because they make up the H&W unit. So I always lean toward whatever I think of with Woozy with Hoshi, but his characteristics and personality remind me a lot of Vernon. So his was Hoshi's was hard for me. I went back and forth about his, but he also got a new color. I gave Hoshi chartreuse.
Woo!
I gave him chartreuse, which is a vibrant yellow green. So it's funny that you gave him neon orange. And also funnier because I gave Vernon neon orange. And I went back and forth between the two of them because they're the chaos twins of the group. I'm sorry,
Okay.
they are. So that I like the full circleness of some of our colors. But I gave him chartreuse, which is a vibrant yellow green. It represents energy, growth, and joy, and cheerful creativity, but also a sense of modernism. It has all the
Mm.
vitality of green with the optimism of yellow.
Aw.
The vibrant, colorful, creative energy that comes off of Hoshi is everything. I love everything about Hoshi. I cannot pinpoint one thing that I just love about Hoshi that makes me a Hoshi biased girl. It is everything about Hoshi. It is the childlike energy. It is the radiant dominance when he is performing. He's one of my favorite dancers, one of the best dancers in K-pop. I
Mm.
also love the community that is Hoshi. Every time I see somebody from second gen talking about somebody from third gen they love, they bring up Hoshi. Hoshi is everywhere. He be friends with people. I'm like, I didn't even know Hoshi knew them. How do you know them? How are you everywhere? There is such a bright, childlike energy that comes from him, but he's also very rooted in his craft, and he do not play with them boys when it comes to the choreo. Mind you, he is also at the forefront of all their choreography. It is running through Hoshi before it hits the ground. Um, man, just he's so dynamic in every way, all across the board. And I'll tell you this funny. So this is how Hoshi became my bias, and it's very childish, but it fits. There's a video of Hoshi, and he's sitting in some sort of restaurant, and he's eating, and he goes to ask for orange juice or apple juice. I think it's orange juice, and the waitress goes, "Oh no!" He goes to ask for more ketchup. He's like, "Can I have some more ketchup?" And she goes, "Of course." And the way he mimics her, "Of course, of course," and then he kind of laughs to himself like, "Ha ha ha! I'm so funny." That I don't know what it was about that moment, but
Oh,
I was like, that's it for me. I
you love a
don't know
goofball.
why. I love a goofball down bad. And something about that little moment and the way he smacks his food and the way he's like, oh, he's just so enamored by his own self. He's like, I am funny as shit. And then watching him through the military be one of the most active people in the military I've ever seen and performing with his taekwondo performance team or the performance taekwondo performance team of the military, and then how he has everybody running around doing the little tiger harangue. Like it's Hoshi world. He's Mr. Worldwide. It's Hoshi or it's nothing. This is Hoshi's world, and we're just living in it. I love the ability to be extroverted that people gravitate to your energy
Hmm.
regardless because of how fun, energetic, lively you are. I share a lot of those characteristics myself. And I love that about him is that you look at Hoshi and you like, I don't know, you a little childish. You a little kitty in a lot of his personality, but the way people are so comfortable around him and he a little annoying, but you love him because of all of that. I feel like that speaks to a lot of my personality. So yeah, that's why I gave him chartreuse. I love Hoshi down bad. Hoshi can't do no wrong to me. I I love him. Like it's Hoshi or nothing. It's Hoshi or nothing. I love him. Next we have June. What color did you give June?
Moonlight Silver. There's something so fluid and slightly distant about the way he
That
dances
was
and
beautiful.
his presence in a good way. Um,
Yeah.
a lot of people don't understand that a dancer doesn't have to hit movements like
Mm,
hard to be a good dancer. And he
correct.
glides like, and
Yes.
that
His
type
movements are so
of
fluid.
control is almost as hard, or if not harder, than hitting beats and ticks. I'm
Mm,
not a dancer, but I had to ask a dancer in my family because I was just like, there's something off about this, but I'm intrigued. And she
mm,
explained it to me. Um, and he doesn't demand attention either. He just does his thing.
mm,
And if you catch it, it's like catching a shooting star. If you aren't no if you don't know what you're looking at, you're like, oh, he's just over there
mm,
frolicking, dilly dallying. It's nothing special. But once you
yeah.
notice him, it's hard to look away.
Mm.
And that's why he got Moonlight Silver.
I love the way you described June because that's almost identical to the description I gave of June when I was doing a video on Spell. Because Spell is one of my favorite 17 songs, but it is my favorite performance, period. One of my
That
favorite music
performance
videos, one of my
top
favorite
tier.
performances. The choreography is just, the visuals are,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
like,
yeah,
my
yeah.
God.
Oh,
Watching
oh.
June in Spell, you're not necessarily looking for him, but when he comes up, his movements are so fluid. He makes you want to look at him. He captures your attention. Like I don't know what it is about that commandment that he has, but he's subtly commanding.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, he got magenta, which is also a new color for me.
Mm.
And I gave him
Girl,
magenta because
you was at the People's Crayola case and you said, let me
I
get the
was.
52 boxes, the 52 box color. See, I'm so proud of you.
Thanks. But it was 13 of them. I needed more colors.
Okay.
But I gave him magenta, one because he's a double-sided coin with another member, and I'll get into that later.
Mm-hmm.
But magenta is on the lighter spectrum of between purple and pink. Luxury. No, sorry. Universal harmony, emotional balance, spiritual growth, warmth, happiness. A free spirit. June gives me very free spirit vibes. He is moving with the currency of the group. But
Mm-hmm.
at the end of the day, I'm putting me in it. Like I'm going with y'all. I'm 10 toes down. But it's gonna feel like look like June when I do it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, there is such an emotional balance in him. When I'm watching
Mm.
him with the rest of the group, it would be a disjustice to him to say he's just there. He's there in an emotionally balanced way, in a very harmonious way. I don't think 17 would be able to be 17 without June. There, he adds something harmonious to the group. He can be playful, he can be fun, but also in a very time and place sort of manner. And
It's
it's
like
funny because when you go for it.
it's kind of like baking powder or baking soda. People don't think they need it in
Correct.
cakes until they don't put it in their cake is flat. Like what happened? I put
Correct.
everything in there.
Correct. And it's funny because you'll see June, and June just kind of looks like, oh, yeah, he's another one of the members. And then when they talk about June, baby, they act like June is the life of the party. They're like, yeah, you remember June did this, June did that. And I'm like, that's the June that live in the dorms with y'all? Huh?
Who is this man,
But
Savannah?
who is this man? But I love that about, and again, to his dance. It's balanced, it's harmonious, it's a free spirit, it is warm, it's beautiful. I love to watch him dance, and his voice is beautiful as well. Um, but I love to watch him dance. I could watch June dance all day long, to be honest. Um, so that's why he got magenta for me. Next, we have Mihao, also known as the Eight. What
The
color
eight,
did you give the
the
Eight?
great, I gave him sage green. He feels
Mm.
so intentional, refined, and aware of his body in a way that he must talk to the ancestors. The way
He
he
does seem tapped in.
like
I
he
get that
be
from him.
like
Very
he
tapped
be
in.
in there. I'm like, what in the world?
He meditated before he went on stage,
For
baby.
real, his dance style is
Mm.
like art come to life. Like
Mm.
I watch so many, and thank God for the TikTok and the fan cam, because
Oh
without
God, yeah.
them, because I started saying I don't know who these people are. I don't know these men, but because I'm like, okay, this is who I need to watch perform. The eight performance fan cam, 35,000 fan cams come up, but art and motion, baby, it's like he's thinking about everything down to the molecules in the air when he moves his body. It is so grounding, but elevated. And that's why he got stage green for me. Because it's like
Mm.
growth and control, and stage because it is disciplined and calming.
Mm.
So yeah.
I love that. So when I mentioned before that June was a double-sided coin, I was talking about him and the Eight. The Eight
Ooh.
is one end of the purple spectrum. June's at the other. Um, And it's funny because I watch a lot of like videos and they kind of come off as twins a lot of times. And
Mm,
also like they're the two Chinese members. So that may also have something to do with it. For me, the eight is dark purple. There is
okay.
a mysterious layer to that man. You think you know everything that the eight is, and then he pop off and do something else. You think you've seen all of the eight and you ain't. Case in point, you. I had seen the eight before, okay?
Hmm.
I remember I had bought this box of cards, and at the time, me and the Kabuki's were exchanging cards and doing like Kabuki mail. And I remember I'd seen this one card of Ming Hao, the eight, and I tell you till this day, it's one of the most beautiful cards I've ever seen. And it's his face, um, and it's bright, vibrant, colorful, but in the middle of his nose is a butterfly.
Mm,
And if I can find the photo, I'll attach it to this video. It till this day is one of the most beautiful photo cards. Beautiful photo, yeah, I'll just say beautiful photo cards I've ever seen. Um, and so I getting into 17, not really knowing a whole lot. I just thought, oh, he's beautiful. He's also one of what I would consider fashion icons and
mm-hmm.
fashion staples in 17. But then to get more into them, see more of them, and thank God, like you said, for fan cams, there is an imagination and inspiration that exudes off of him when he's doing music that is so creative and fun to watch. Watching him spin his little DJ discs and watching him perform, like watching him perform with the group is one layer of Minghao, the eight. Watching him do his sizzle by himself, oh baby, he is having a time. He is having a time. It's creative. It's innovative. It's fun to watch.
Very much.
He is so in his element no matter what he does. But the layers of the elements that make up him, yo.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought he was beautiful, right? I was like, oh, he's beautiful. No, he fine shit. Last but not least, Dino, our Matinee. Uh, what color did you give him
Cobalt blue. Clarity, confidence in how he performs. And then you realize he's been this confident from the beginning.
from
Like
the
he's
beginning?
not new to this, he's true to this. Um,
Yeah.
his energy feels very sharp and clean and earned. It like bridges youthfulness and technical skill. And I just wanted to ask him, did you start dancing before you learned how to walk? Why are you so clean, young man? It's cobalt blue. But blue works because it's dependable. Like you know he gonna do what he gotta do. Nobody don't have to be like, hey, make sure he got the steps. And it
Wow.
Also, Cobalt gives intensity. It's not passive.
Mm.
It's very like it's going to do its job. So, what about you?
That's funny because
Did you give him blue too?
I almost gave him cobalt blue, but I gave him electric blue instead.
We are
We
so
are
in
very in sync.
sync.
We are very in sync for 17. For us to have stressed about this, then we are in sync.
It was the extra day.
And that's a new color for me because I've done blue, water blue, cobalt blue. This is electric blue for me. And the
Okay.
reason I gave him electric blue is because it's vibrant, high intensity, and luminous, almost like lightning.
Mm,
It's
okay.
designed to capture attention. Dino got to be one of my favorite machinates across the board. He
Okay.
is one of my favorite machinates across the board. He was designed to capture attention, and Dino is lightning in a bottle, or not lightning in a bottle. I'm sorry. Dino is lightning. It does not strike in the same place twice.
Mm,
Dino's presence in this group is his first strike. That's it.
mm,
A presence like Dino only happens in one. It never strikes the same place twice. Never. He, along with Hoshi, one of my favorite dancers. Period. When I watched the Spell music video for the first time, you would have thought Dino was my bias. The way I hollered and screamed watching him dance. He is electric. He is luminous. He is vibrant. His smile, his demeanor. I take it back to what I said before. One of my favorite scenes out of the Bad Influence um music video is the scene with him and Vernon in the car and Vernon
mm,
is hanging out the window.
mm.
But baby, let me tell you something. There is a picture I keep on my phone. I'm telling on myself. There's a picture I keep on my phone, and it is of Dino in the car in the Bad Influence music video. And I took screenshots and I rewound this scene multiple times until I can get the picture of this of him because I needed to have it. Him in the car up like this, and the way he is looking over, smiling at Vernon. It is everything. It is vibrant. It is electric. There is an electricity to the charm and charisma that is Dino in dance, in presence, in personality. He is lightning. I love everything about Dino. I do. How I missed him as a bias, I don't know. But he is one of my records, which is crazy because I don't even do records. But Dino had to go in there.